Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Turtles Love Pizza. This is the podcast where we just talk about our love for the Ninja Turtles, comic books, movies, and anything else. This is Steven.
This is Andrew.
What up, Andrew?
What is up, Steven?
So it's been a minute. The listeners don't know this, but I
A
think
few
we took
months.
2 months off actually.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna have to catch us up because normally we do our weekly "What did you buy?" and I think you should start, and then I'll just piggyback because I only want to talk about one thing, which we've talked about already, and we will deep dive into that later. But yeah, go for it.
What did I buy? I bought nothing. I got nothing.
Are you sure? It's been so long, man.
Yeah, I can't remember anything important that I got. Did I talk
I
about the
think
Secret of the Youth figures?
I think you got a lot of stuff from Walmart this one time. You got like 3 action figures or
Oh
something.
yeah. So I did get like the pizza flinger guys from Walmart, the Playmates reissue. So I
Okay.
found those. I got lucky. I got all three of them at Walmart in one trip. I did go on an adventure through three different Targets, trying to find the hidden shell ones, the Playmates ones. But and then in a weird twist, I ended up getting Shredder and Leatherhead instead.
Oh,
So,
that's right. That's right.
their Target, their little marker where it has like the TMNT stuff, the little hanger, it has a sticker on it. So it just says TMNT, like assorted or whatever. So
Really?
they don't know what it is, right? So the guy just went into the back and he's like, "This is what I found," and I was like, "Okay, I'll take that."
All right, hold on. Let me pull up our Twitter and see if you updated it recently. If not, then I will go ahead and say what I what I picked up. So you have that shark dude, Ultimate Fighter, Armagon, Armagon,
Yeah, Armagon.
and
That's
then
from the Tournament Fighters.
you have Utrom,
Yep.
and then I guess you got another Last Ronin, right?
Yeah, so I got the unarmored one this time.
Hmm. And then oh, and then you went to a Toy Con, didn't you? A couple months ago.
Toy-Con, no.
Remember you bought those Cubles?
Cubles.
Yeah, the Cubles Co.
Yeah,
And
I
then
got
you had
those
all.
on their website. I didn't go to Toy-Con.
Oh, I thought you went to a toy convention or something.
Nah, I got those off the
Oh,
website.
oh, that's lame. Whatever. Okay.
Lame as
Anyways,
fuck.
so you didn't buy as much as I would have expected.
I mean, it was Christmas, so like my money went towards other things
Oh
from
yeah,
other
yeah,
people. So,
that is true. My weekly comic book buys, I have been you and I have been doing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Adventures,
yep.
picking up the whole Armageddon game, including the side stories, the Alliance, and everything. I've been keeping up with that reading, but you and I have talked about it. The Last Ronin, Lost Years. I recently got a Bishart special cover and
Yeah.
the box that goes with it. And I gotta say, like this Last Ronin Lost Years issue number 1, man, I I know we're gonna have to get into it like on a separate episode, but what a book.
It was great. I was super happy with it.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, if you haven't read it, I'm sure you've seen like articles about it, how like people are complaining there's two female turtles now and like all this other
what?
stuff. Yeah.
People are complaining about dude, people, let's be better. Who cares?
There's two female turtles and other stuff like that. So, and the character designs are great and they're completely like different.
Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of Rise of the TMNT in
A
as
little bit, yeah,
inspiration. Yeah.
definitely.
So you and I, we're gonna go over another episode of Rise of the TMNT. So we already enjoy that show and we loved that movie on Netflix.
But
So
not this episode, just foreshadowing.
but Yeah, it's just I can't wait to see what these little turtles are gonna do, and I can't wait to see like what Mike was doing prior to, because what they have him do in this issue is really, really, it's just drawn really well, and yeah, I love Ben Bishop. I love the other artist. Kevin
Yeah,
Eastman
it
has a
gives me Incredible Hulk vibes,
yeah, in a way.
or like Wolverine and like the wilderness kind of vibes.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Like when he goes to Japan and everything.
Hmm.
So yeah, so we're gonna be excited to go over that. I don't know when we're gonna go over it, but we're gonna find a time. There's a lot of Ninja Turtles coming out information. The movie is coming out this year. The new animated film is coming out this year.
It's gonna
And
be a big year,
then
man.
huh?
It's gonna be a big year.
I know. And on top of that, like we were talking about this earlier, but Saturday Adventures is coming out with the season 2,
Yep.
which we haven't even reviewed season 1, and I've read every single issue, and it's a blast so far. But yeah, we're gonna have to get into it.
Definitely. Which
But
reminds me, my comic shop
uh-huh.
let me down. So I had been picking up my orders and everything, and then I
Yeah.
noticed like I don't have issue 3 of Saturday Morning Adventures, and that's
Okay.
the cool cover with like Casey Jones looking like he's in Dragon Ball. And I was
Oh,
like, and I asked the dude, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know. Like, you should have gotten it. All this other stuff." I ended up having to order it online. I finally got it though.
did you read
Happily,
it?
not yet,
Oh.
but I got it like last week.
Oh, okay. Where did you order it from?
Midtown Comics.
All right, Midtown Comics. We need sponsors. So
Thanks, Midtown. I also got some. So this is another series I've been reading. Something is killing the children. It's like a
oh,
horror comic,
okay. Yeah,
and
yeah.
your favorite writer James Tinian, he's one of the writers on that one.
He's the main writer on that one. That's why I'm like, what are you doing?
But you can definitely tell that he's not the only writer. So
Oh, you know what though? I did read the first issue of that book. Something's killing the kids. What's it called?
something's killing the children.
Okay, something's killing the children, and I do definitely think James Tynion is very well suited for indie. I think he's better at like creating these horror genre stories
Yeah,
and creating his own world rather than being like pigeonholed into a big two. Sometimes you don't get to write the way you want to, you know
yeah. No,
and
but yeah, this series is really good. For
you,
those of
you
y'all looking
like
for,
it.
yeah, some non TMNT stuff, it's a good series, especially if you're into horror. So
Yeah, because the designs are really cool. I think the main girl was pretty dope, like the one with the machete.
yeah, kind of reminds me of Supernatural a little bit.
Ooh, and Supernatural is a show I always wanted to get back into, but there's like freaking what, 10 seasons?
More than that, like
Oh my,
15 or 16 seasons.
yeah, that's impossible. And they're coming out with I think a prequel series or something.
The Winchesters is out right now. It's been showing this year.
Are you serious? Is it good?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I'm waiting for it to like binge it on Netflix. Same thing with the last season of The Flash.
Oh, okay. Because they're both CW shows, right?
Yeah,
I
and like
gotcha.
the Flash is basically ending the CW verse, so the Arrowverse. So
Oh
they got
man,
Stephen Amell to come back as Green Arrow, which I'm excited about.
that's right. You know what though? I feel like we need to bring it up just a little bit because we're deep nerding right now. But
But
DCU, or the DC slate with James Gunn,
yep,
we kind of already talked about it, but I am optimistically uh like I'm down for it. I definitely want to see the Batman Brave and the Bold. Have you heard the rumors?
what's the rumor?
So the rumor is like the Flash is going to end with a surprise cameo of a existing Batman, and
Okay, yeah, I
and
mean the Flash is supposed to reset everything.
Yeah, and the
His
thing
brand.
is, it's not who we think it is. It's not Ben Affleck and it's not Michael Keaton.
So it's Christian Bale.
There are rumors that it's either Val Kilmer, which it can't be Val Kilmer,
It cannot be Val
George
Kilmer.
Clooney, or Christian Bale. Yeah.
George Clooney would piss everybody off.
I think it'd be funny though, dude. If George
He comes
Clooney
out
and
and he's like, "Where are my bat nipples?" And he's like rubbing his new
you
suit
know
with all.
what? You know what would be hilarious if George Clooney came back as Batman and Chris O'Donnell came back as Nightwing.
That would be weird.
Oh my god, that would be
Honestly,
so.
my best thing out of the slate and the lineup and everything that James Gunn has talked about is that he's
Yeah.
bringing back like a positive, hopeful Superman. I
Oh,
think what
I'm
killed
down.
me with the Snyderverse is like Superman was like the Superman movie that he did and everything was just so nihilistic and so it was just too dark. Like
Yeah.
there really wasn't that ray of hope in his universe, which like you need in the comic books, especially when things get so dark.
Well, you already know where I stand on the Snyderverse,
Well, I know
but
where you stand on the Snyderverse, but that's why I think people gravitated towards Aquaman because it had that lightheartedness. It had
yeah,
more fun and more hope to it, as
yeah,
opposed to like Batman versus Superman or even like the Man of Steel movie. Which like there are elements of it that are amazing and like the story was pretty good, but
yeah,
like it lacked that hopefulness that especially Superman brings.
yeah,
Like every iteration of Superman just has, and that's why like when he does like fall to the dark side and becomes like the evil Superman, like it's more of a gut punch, right?
you're right,
Because like
right,
in the
right.
Snyderverse, like Superman becoming bad is just it's too plausible, and
Yeah,
so it doesn't really have the gravity of that shift that it
that
would
emotional.
having like a Christopher Reeves type Superman become like a bad Superman.
Yeah, that completely makes sense. And my thing is, man, I really wish they would have based it off of like Birthright or something, Superman Birthright,
Yeah,
because that's a great origin story. And the first 20 minutes of the movie is pretty much the same, except for the way they handle Jonathan Kent and the way they handle Martha, And I think that was a big qualm with a lot of the fans too. Just like, why would Jonathan Kent be okay with Superman not saving those kids on the bus, right?
yeah,
So I definitely understand the criticisms, but at the same time, like I really enjoyed a lot of what Zack Snyder was trying to do. I understand what he was trying to do, and he was trying to bring superheroes into the current situation of the world, which is just divided as is. And sometimes you don't really want to see that in a movie.
yeah. I mean, movies are more about escapism, right? And as much as people like loved zombie movies during the pandemic and like when things are hard, like they
Yeah,
still like the fact that the people survive and that like the zombies
yeah.
don't really win at the end. And that's what drew me out of like The Walking Dead when Glenn died. Glenn like represented like the hope of humanity in The Walking
Spoiler
Dead.
alert.
Okay, it's been a long time since Glenn died, so if you don't know Glenn died, I don't know where you've been. But like Glenn represented like the last bits of humanity, right? And the show wasn't the same after Glenn died. Like it
I
didn't
haven't
have
seen
like
it.
that innocent, hopeful character anymore because they killed him off in the most brutal fashion, which was true to the comics. I understand,
Uh-huh.
but even when I read the comic, I had a visceral reaction to seeing that frame of like seeing Glenn getting brained by Negan, and
I
like
see.
I hated the fact that in both the comic and the TV show, like Maggie forgives Negan, and I'm just like, no, that's not like he never really gets his comeuppance. Like he's
So,
always looking for redemption
mhm.
because like he knows something is broken inside of him, right? But
Are we
like
talking
he
about
never,
Negan?
yeah,
Oh,
but he
okay,
never
okay.
really gets a comeuppance. It doesn't really like it's not a satisfactory ending for him.
I've never seen the show, man.
I know, I'm just saying, but I'm just saying like that nihilism without is just it's just too much,
It's
especially
hard,
now.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So, really quick question: who plays Glenn?
Glenn, Stephen Yun.
Oh, the Korean guy dies.
Yeah, the Korean guy died.
No, that's also why. That's also why you lost faith in the show because it's racist.
No,
I'm
plenty
joking.
of
I'm
other
joking.
people died before that point in time of all races. So
Oh,
yeah,
and on the fact that we're on superheroes, I think Invincible season 2 is coming out this year too.
yeah, I saw the little teaser they put out,
They put
and
it.
he just sometime in 2023.
Oh, okay, okay. Because that was a really fun show too. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, you didn't see the little teaser?
I don't think so. Can you send it to me?
Yeah, I'll find it.
Like
Yeah, it's
how?
just basically Invincible, and then that alien dude that's voiced by Seth Rogen talking in a diner.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, thanks, man.
It's a
Um.
fun little.
Oh, and I saw a clip of Seth Rogen. He was being interviewed by I believe Tony Hawk, and he
Hmm.
was saying that this soundtrack for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was very much what is that? Influenced by the Tony Hawk video game or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, and Seth Rogen is you know, he's the producer of the new animated show, but he's all in it. He's like, "Yeah, this movie's amazing. It's so cool." So, that definitely gets me amped up for the
Well, he
show.
has to say that he's the producer of
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah, he
He's not
put
gonna
in
like
a
trash
lot of
his own
cash
movie.
probably. Yeah, so I'm still super excited. But yeah, okay. I think we've nerded out enough.
All right,
There
let's get
is
into this comic.
there is one more thing about DC, the DC slate. They have a Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and it's based off of a really great comic book by Tom King. So if you have never read it, you should check it out because it's amazing. Um, but okay, let's get to our main attraction.
All right, let's do it.
I was gonna, I was gonna, I was gonna add one more thing because I said main attraction, and then it made me remember AMC and their new seating policy. Have you heard of
Oh my
that?
god. Yeah, like their whole like pricing where you're like sitting and it's stupid.
I know, and it doesn't affect anyone with AMC Prime, like the membership. And the crappy thing is, I recently canceled my AMC Prime, so now it affects me.
Well, thankfully for me, there's no AMC in my area. I mean, there's an AMC in Houston, but
Yeah.
nothing in my area, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to Cinemark.
Dude, Cinemark in Texas is the best, anyways. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I completely agree. Okay, anyways, as you guys may not actually, you guys may not even be aware. I'm not sure if we mentioned it on our last episode, but we are currently going over Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Series 1, and we are on issue number 1. It's written by Ryan Parrott, or is it Parrott or Perot?
Parrot.
Parrott. I'll go with Parrott. And
That's what it looks
then
like.
drawn by Simone DeMeo. And the cover art is by one of my favorite artists named Dan Mora, who just has this great line work. But Andrew,
Yo.
give us a quick plot description.
All right, so we open up with the Power Rangers fighting another one of Rita's monsters, and the name is so weird. It's Apocalyptus. It's like a mollusk thing. It looks like the king guy from Adventure Time. The Ice King from Adventure Time is what it looks like. And then it has
Hmm.
a crown on his head.
Yeah.
Anyway, Power Rangers make quick work of him, and then we jump to the Ninja Turtles over in New York City, and they're fighting the Foot, as always. But then this mysterious long-haired foot soldier comes and gets a good shot on Raph, which really just angers Raph to
Yeah.
no end. And then they do their fun little ninja vanish, and then we're back in Angel Grove, and the Power Rangers are lamenting about being Power, or the Yellow Rangers are lamenting about being a Power Ranger, and Kimberly is saying that Tommy's missing. Of
Hmm.
course, Tommy is always missing, even back in the original TV show.
Yeah, that's
Then
true.
we jump back to New York with the Foot Clan, and we find out that Tommy is there as a foot soldier, and he gets sent on a special mission
Hmm.
where he runs into the Ninja Turtles, and then to fight them off, he transforms into the Green Ranger, which totally just blows his cover. He should have known that, right?
Yeah.
So Green Ranger Tommy fights the Ninja Turtles, and then the Power Rangers are like, "Oh, look, there's Tommy. He uses Power Coin." And so they drop in on him, and then they fight, which leads to a really cool panel of just them facing off.
Yeah.
And then they fight, and then Kimberly's confronting Tommy, like, "Yo, what's up with you?" And he's like, "Just trust me." And then we realize that Karai and Shredder have been watching Tommy, and they know that he's a Power Ranger,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants that Power Ranger power from Tommy. The end.
Okay. Couple things I want to bring up really quick. I love this art. It is dynamic. It is colorful. I like the way Simone renders each Ninja Turtle. And yeah, the action is incredible. Okay, and then now I'm right before we began talking, I asked you a couple questions, and I'm just gonna raise it up because it bothers me a little bit. But it seems that the Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers know each other or have heard of each other. Did you get that vibe, or was it just me?
Well, it sounds like the Ninja Turtles know who the Power Rangers are.
Oh, not vice versa. Yeah, yeah. I
It
think you're
didn't
right.
seem like they knew who they were, which
Yeah,
makes sense.
because it's really funny. There's this one part in the book. It's Donatello versus Billy the Blue Ranger, and there's this line where he's like, "Oh," Donatello says, "Oh, and the big one, the green dude. How does he play a flute through his metal faceplate?"
Yeah, that's a great line.
And then I was like, "Wait, how do they know about these guys?" So
I feel like
I
they watched
can't
the TV
wait.
show.
Huh?
I feel like they watched the TV show.
That's what I'm thinking. It's either the TV show or something, right?
Hmm.
But okay, those are my current thoughts on this first issue. I do like the dialogue, like I just mentioned. I definitely think that there's a lot more silence involved, especially during the fight scenes, which I appreciate a great deal. And one of the other things that I really like is that it actually feels like the Power Rangers are teenagers.
Yeah,
Like they have like boyfriend girlfriend drama still, so it feels very close to what I remember the show used to be.
and they're failing tests and like all that.
Yeah, Trini, right?
Yeah. Although, like, the one thing I don't like about the designs are the turtles' front plate.
What's the front plate?
You know, like their little chest plate.
Oh, why?
It's
Because
like
it's a little
very,
oversized,
it's oversized and it's like very square. It just looks awkward, like they're gonna hurt themselves.
like a piece of cardboard, like stapled to
Pretty
their
much.
chest.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. Yeah, he really likes his angles.
Hmm.
If you just look at the art, it's very angular and sharp,
Yeah.
which looks really cool. But yeah, other than just the chest plate, like the turtle design is really awesome. Like the
Hmm.
bandana, the different bandanas he's given them.
Yeah, I agree. And I believe Simone actually did draw like the Power Rangers line,
Hmm.
and because like the way he draws the Green Ranger and all the other Rangers, they look perfect.
So he's the one that does the Boom Studios Power Rangers.
I think he might have done a couple issues. I did not do my background check on this, but it looks like he knows these guys to the T. You know what I mean?
Probably. I mean, he does a great job drawing them, and I mean, just everything. Just the art in this is great.
Yeah. And I have less complaints about the dialogue because it feels more true to the characters.
Yeah,
Whereas with James Tynion, I was just kind of like, oh,
it's
he's talking too
oversaturated.
much.
Yeah, I
But
do
yeah,
like this panel though with like them facing off, and then you have like the half Shredder, half Karai face in the background.
oh, what page or what is that? What is that scene?
When they're like jumping at each other.
Okay, Okay, yeah. It's a really great double page spread, and
Yeah,
they're Turtle Power and Go Go Power Rangers. I forgot. Did the turtles actually say Turtle Power?
sometimes.
Sometimes, okay. But yeah, I definitely like the way they face off. It is the purple ranger. It is Donatello versus the Blue Ranger. They're the two most intelligent guys, and then it's Leo versus Red Ranger, who are typically the leaders of the group.
Jason.
Yeah, Jason. And then what do you think about Zach versus Michelangelo? Was that kind of the party guy? I don't really remember. I
Yeah,
think.
Zach was like, like the dancer. He liked to show off his moves, that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah. I think I remember. And then I think the one ranger that I'm kind of iffy on is Pink Ranger.
Yeah,
Maybe it
she hasn't
was
really
her.
done a whole lot.
Yeah, she's not like if you go to the page where she's talking to Zordon,
Hmm.
her it she looks super different from when she's talking to Tommy like in the later issue or in the later part of the issue. So I
Well,
think she
that's
might be
because
the
like
most inconsistent. Huh?
the command center is like really dark, so you just basically see her in shadow most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. But other than that, yeah, I had no major qualms. Like what were some standouts for you?
I think it was interesting that Tommy's like it was kind of like a weird choice for Tommy to morph. Like I don't understand why he did that.
Yeah.
To like fight the Ninja Turtles. Like I guess he understands they're strong, but like you got to know they're watching you. You know,
Yeah.
so that
And
was kind of a weird choice, but it did lead to a cool fight.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. And that's probably why he did morph because he needed backup and he doesn't trust the Foot Clan.
You should have just ninja vanished it. You know, would
I
have been
love
cool.
I love that he said Ninja Vanish because it reminds me of Tatsu from the first
Yes.
movie.
Oh, that was some big news. It has been kind of confirmed that Tatsu is going to get a NECA figure.
Oh, the guy finally was like, "Okay, I'll allow it."
Yeah, apparently that's what everyone's been saying,
That's pretty cool. Tatsu was a badass in the first and the second movie.
especially the first one.
Yeah, like okay, the second one he didn't do as much, but yeah, definitely in the first one he was pretty dope. But yeah, other than that, should we talk about pizza slices?
Yeah.
All right. I actually am going to go with a 4 on this first issue cuz number 1, the art is great. Number 2, I thought the characterizations were very good and I liked all the designs. I like where the story is going. And yeah, I'm going to go with a 4 pizza slices on this one. What about you?
I am going to go also with a 4. I was at a 3.5, but you can't do a half, so I'll give it a 4.
Just round up, right?
Pretty much. Which is really
Okay, all
good.
right, sounds good, man. So that is it for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now we are continuing our mini reviews of the Rise of the TMNT. We are currently on episode 21, Man vs. Sewer and the Mutant Menace. I'm going to read the Netflix description of it and then you just piggyback off of me then.
All right.
So, Man versus Sewer. A lazy river sewer ride turns savage after Raph gets separated and left alone. Part 2 The Mutant Menace. The Turtles' recent failures pit all of New York City against them. All right, let's dive into it. Andrew,
Definitely not my favorite.
definitely not your favorite. Which one? Both
Both
segments?
both segments. I wanted to like the Mutant Menace one, but it just wasn't there for me.
Okay.
And the sewer thing was just like, no, just wasn't there for me, man.
Okay, break it down. What was wrong with Man versus Sewer?
It was just weird. Like all of a sudden, Raph has like this being alone complex, and then it turned into like Savage Raph. Like it just felt like out of nowhere and just kind of random.
You know what?
Yeah,
I think you're right because you remember that one episode where he was trying to keep that paper mache monster away from the turtles. He didn't get
yeah,
savage,
yeah,
but yeah, keep going. Sorry.
yeah. It was just kind of a weird episode. It didn't seem to fit like with their characterizations. Donnie was
Yeah,
super annoying. Like, I'm in board shorts, so I can't do anything, which is
yeah,
like really random because like Donatello's character is like, if he can show off, he's gonna do it regardless.
yeah. That's true.
All of a sudden, he's like, I'm in board shorts. I don't do anything today.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was just such a weird episode. I don't know.
I
Definitely not my
mean,
favorite.
I did think it was funny when Raph started barbecuing the two the two crabs.
I mean, yeah, it had its moments, but just overall, it's just kind of meh.
I will agree with you that number one, it doesn't further the story at all.
Yeah,
Number two, the Mutant Menace episode, it doesn't do nearly enough with Baxter Stockboy because Baxter Stockboy had such a great introduction in his first minisode. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So for me, I would agree with you that this is a subpar like episode. I wouldn't give it two slices of pizza, although, you might. I think I would still say this is a middling episode that doesn't go any further in terms of story or character other than introducing us to like a raft that is super emotional. Like,
yeah,
which, I mean, we know he's emotional. He wants to be the leader at all times, whatever. But like becoming this savage, almost rabid turtle was weird. The one thing I kind of liked was that, Leo kind of came out as more of the empathetic character on this one, where he's like, we got to find Raph, we got to save him, which you don't get that often from Leo in this series.
hmm
But yeah, I think you're right. I think the characterizations of the turtles were a little off on this particular episode.
yeah, definitely.
So, all right, let's talk about pizza slices. Just lay it down on me. I said 3.
I gave it a 2.
You gave it
I
a
don't know
2?
why.
All
I
right.
don't
I
even know
knew
why I
it.
gave it a 3. I mean, there's nothing in here that would warrant a 3.
Well, like I said, I like the barbecue of the of the crabs.
That does not give it a 3. That's like a 2.3 at best, but that rounds down to a 2.
No, to me it was a 2.5 that I marked up to a 3.
You have very, very low standards.
Well, I am friends with you, so I'm joking. But all right guys, that's it for this episode. Can't wait to get to issue 2 cuz I want to see where these Power Rangers and Turtles are going to go.
Yes.
And also, we're going to go Rise of the TMNT episode number 22 called Turtle Dagon Nights, The Ballad of Ratman, and the Ancient Art of, I think, well, it's cut off on my Netflix, but it's either
Ninja hide
Ninja
and
or
seek.
Ninjutsu.
Ninja hide and seek. The ancient art of ninja hide and seek.
The Ancient Art of Ninja Hide and Seek. And I've already seen it, and we'll talk about it next time. So, guys, join us next time on our next episode of Turtles Love Pizza. Thanks for talking to me, Andrew. Talk to you later.
See ya.
Bye.